So just how rare are some of these figures that are coming out right now? How about some of the figures that are due to come out very, very soon and later this year? I've got the coffee brewed right here for this week's episode of the Market Chart Show. Let's go ahead and dive into all of this right now. And welcome everyone to another episode of the Market Value Chart Show right here at 6 Scale Cantina. And just in case you don't know just who I am the Dark Jedi Aries Tarrington, about to serve up all the 6 Scale Hot Toys talk. So please go ahead and smash that like button. I so do very much appreciate your support. And hey, while you're at it, please also go ahead and subscribe to the Cantina. Again, thank you so much for your support. Rare as FRACK? I say yes. For some of these figures, I say yes. Look at these right here. And I'm pulling these up onto the screen. And you see I got up Avatar and also the Warriors of the Future. Warriors of the Future, both Tyler and Johnson, are on Waitlist. And almost gone is the deluxe version of Jake and Neytiri. The regular version, Neytiri and Jake, already waitlisted. And well before they're supposed to come out. Are these Warriors of the Future and Avatar figures going to act the same way as some of the other figures within the secondary market that have been in stock for seemingly a very, very long time at this point? Are they going to act the same way? So hold on to that thought for a second. And let's look at some other ones besides these figures right here. How about this figure, pulling this up on the screen, which also very recently just hit waitlist on the collector version, not just the deluxe version that has been on waitlist for a little bit with the glider, but the collector edition. Now with this figure, you get William Dafoe as the Green Goblin with rolling eyes function. Is this going to act like some of the figures that have been in stock at so many retailers for a while in the secondary market? And I brought up data after data, and I'm going to bring up some more. Are the Avatar figures, is this Green Goblin figure going to act in the secondary market like this figure here? Back from May 12th, from a outstanding seller, 218 feedback, all 100% positive, $184.50 for this Vision figure from WandaVision, TMS 037, not including the $12.75 modest shipping cost, not including taxes, and that 218 feedback, all positive. Is it going to act like this? Is it going to act like this figure? That William Dafoe Green Goblin. Those Avatar figures, are they going to act like this figure? How about this figure here? And Simu Liu, okay, from Shang-Chi. And wonderful figure. just back from May 7th with 22 bids. What's up with that? A lot of bids. A lot of bids on a lot of these from another outstanding seller. 23,482 feedback, but $168.50. $25 in shipping. Not including taxes. I mean, gosh, I could pull up any retailer. Let's pull up this one. What does this go for? In stock. Right here. $250, add to cart. Wow. Okay. So, when those Avatar figures come out, and they're already on waitlist, when that Green Goblin comes out that's already on waitlist, is it going to sell for, the $140, $130, $160 price right off the bat? Is it going to act like these? Or is it going to be a complete 180-degree difference? Let's continue to go on. How about this figure right here? And I think everybody knows Loki. Okay, Thor's brother, just back from May 7th, and MMS 579 from Endgame. $177. Again, outstanding seller, 23,432 feedback, 28 bids, $25 in shipping, not including that, not including taxes. Okay? We all see what's going on over here. What does this go for? All right, well, let's go ahead and pull this up. Another retailer. Could be any retailer you want me to bring up. Okay? And actually, I'm pulling that one up. Let's move away from that one. And let's just go to this one. Here, there's Loki. $274.99. That's what's happening right now for a lot of these figures that have been in stock. Why is this happening? And secondly, are figures, as I'm bringing up these onto the screen again, like the Warriors of the Future and Avatar, are they going to act the same way once they get officially released? Are these figures here that you see on the screen going to act the same way? Are these figures here, this figure here, with the rolling eyes function on William Dafoe, is this going to act the same way? How about this figure here? Pulling this up on the screen. Is this going to act the same way? Boba Fett. From the book of Boba Fett. Waitlist full. Expected to ship sometime between July and the end of this year, but been on waitlist for a while and waitlist full. Is this going to react the same way? Once this gets out, is it going to be, these type of prices? Is it going to go for, this? Pulling this up onto the screen. And sorry, I'm going to pull up another one right here. There you go. Here's the right link. Here's a Tusken Raider. Been in stock at a lot of places. TMS 028. $197 starting bid. Free shipping. 136 feedback from the seller. All 100% positive. No bites. Far below retail. And new. And new. Pull this up onto the screen. Here's Armorized Deadpool. Pulling this up from a seller we all know. Hawk Wars Toys, a seller that the Dark Jedi buys from. Ray at Hawk Wars Toys. Highly, highly recommend him. Now over 1,600 feedback. Congratulations, Ray. 1,601 feedback now. All 100% positive. $280? $280. Wow. Let's pull up another one. Are these figures that are going to be coming out, are they going to act like this? Here's Doctor Strange, another one from Ray at Hawk Wars Toys. 24 bids, certainly a lot of interest. Perhaps not a whole lot of money. We're going to talk about that. $135? Are you kidding me? For MMS 629, $135 new. Wow. Is Wolverine going to act that way? $135? Is the Green Goblin going to act that way? $178. Is Cad Bane going to act that way? $200? And we have to take a look at what's going on over here to be able to answer that question. While nobody really knows, I could tell you where the data is pointing towards. When you look at this DX20 or DX21 Ahsoka, it is a complete 180 from the figures that I brought up. Why? Is it possible because it went on waitlist right before the final production photos came out? And I say, yes. How about this R2? Same thing with this R2-D2. Completely different than the Tusken Raider that's in stock at many retailers. This R2-D2 is completely different than Vision from WandaVision that's in stock at so many retailers. Why is this? And I think what we're seeing here is obvious lower production numbers on figures post-COVID. Lower production numbers on figures during a global economy that is volatile, to say the least. And when you're having a rough economy where inflation has gone up so high and in some cases continues to go up, a lot of collectors' income didn't also rise at the same level. And when that happens, something has to give somewhere. The amount of money I was spending on figures has come down because I don't have as many. I had to get out of other collections. I had to sell off some of the things I have to be able to keep up with some of the things I want to do. And I've talked to a lot of collectors that are in the same boat, not being able to collect at the same rate of quantity, being able to have to streamline and hold back the reins a little bit on how much they're letting out of their wallet, because I need, or they need, and we all need some of that money to go into essentials, to go into and buy necessities. Every week, going to the supermarkets and to the markets, food is very, very high. What we used to walk out with 7-8 bags of groceries, for the same price now was only 3.5 bags of groceries. Things have gone up. But I could tell you that a lot of people's incomes have not gone up at the same rate. And when you talk about utilities, mortgages, property tax, rent, gas, this, that, holy smoke, it's a lot. And sometimes things that require expendable income, they take a hit. And I think partly that's what's going on here when you're looking at some of these figures that are hitting waitlist before they come out. The production is being, in my view, adjusted to be able to adapt to the current reality that we are in right now. Let me say that again. I believe, and no one knows for sure, but I believe that production is being adjusted. And not just in Hot Toys, but in so many collectible items. It's being adjusted to adapt to society today, across the globe, and this current economy. Cheers to you all. You're watching the Market Chart Show, this week's episode of the Market Value Chart Show. Go ahead and smash that like button. Let's pause for some Cantina coffee. And what have I been saying for a long time? I had this notion that we were going to continue to get more and more announcements, and a lot of announcements, but less production of those announcements. More looking at what's available at a current time. And then shortly after, several months after, seeing so many of those on waitlist and kind of even off the list, and a whole new set of figures that are coming out. And I think that's exactly what we're starting to see with some of these figures. But when you look at this stuff here, this is very, very telling, boys and girls. This is very, very telling, ladies and gentlemen. Is it a complete 180? Let's actually go to some data on some of this stuff going on. And I could pull this up onto the screen. And you could look just at a clone pilot. And still with 5 hours left, a clone pilot. No, not even a clone pilot. The clone trooper. MMS 647 from the Attack of the Clones 20th anniversary. $320 already with 38 bids. Not including the $24.99 in shipping. Not including taxes. Well over altogether. $350, and it's not even over yet. And all respect to the clone trooper. When I posed the original question, is William Dafoe, rolling eyeballs, William Dafoe, Green Goblin, going to do better than a clone trooper? If it's going to carry the same way and be waitlisted the same way and be rare the same way, of course it's going to do, I think, at least as good. At least as good. Cad Bane? Again, all respect to the clone trooper. Cad's Cad Bane, baby. It is Cad Bane. If the other version goes on waitlist, and the way things are going, it sure looks like it will. Is it going to be like this that you're seeing on the screen? Is it going to be like that? Or is it going to be like some of these other ones that I'm pulling up onto the screen? Like this. Let's go to some more. Let's go to some more. And pulling this up onto the screen here. And let's look at R2. And just back from May 8th, an Attack of the Clones R2-D2. From an outstanding seller, 158 feedback, all 100% positive. $305, not including the near $30 in shipping. That's like $335, not including taxes. Are you kidding me? Is it a complete 180? So if this is happening with R2, is it going to happen with the Avatar figures? Answer that. Is it going to happen with the Warriors of the Future? Is it going to happen with Cad Bane? Is it going to happen with the Green Goblin? Is it going to happen with Boba Fett from the Book of Boba Fett? Is it going to happen with Wolverine? I mean, this is Wolverine. This may be the best Hugh Jackman head sculpt. We'll have to see when it comes out, but I've ventured to guess that it would be. The best Hugh Jackman head sculpt ever. It's going to go like Vision if this doesn't get in stock. It's going to go like the Tusken Raider. It's going to go like the Clone Wars Maul, the Clone Wars Ahsoka. It's going to go like the various Iron Mans that are out there, or the Spider-Man integrated suit, or some of these other figures where there's an abundance of stock, or is this going to go like R2-D2? Or is this going to go like the Clone Pilot? Or is this going to go like the DX-20 or the DX21 Ahsoka. It's real interesting, isn't it? And now you have to pay attention. Some of these figures are hitting waitlist without much of a low stock warning, if any at all. Purge Trooper, gone. Purge Trooper is gone. And as I mentioned before, the Obi-Wan Kenobi DX27. It's Obi-Wan Kenobi, ladies and gentlemen. Whether it's the special edition, which we all know is gone for a little bit, or the collector's edition, it's hit waitlist. It's a DX Obi-Wan Kenobi. Let that sink in. A DX Obi-Wan Kenobi. Right now we're seeing what's going on with a DX Ahsoka Tano. Right now we're seeing what happens with a clone pilot and a clone trooper and an R2-D2. Is it possible that we haven't even begun to see what the rarity could be on a figure like a DX27? If it stays off waitlist, if it doesn't come back in stock, is it possible that we don't even know what the rarity can be? And I say, yes, we don't know. And I think there's a lot of potential for some of these figures to have the arena suit Boba Fett effect and become instant grails. I also think there's a lot of potential where some of them won't be instant grails, and some of them will just be able to hold at the retail price, which at the end of the day is fantastic if you can do that right off the bat. If you don't have to wait for the figure to mature in the market after a few years. Somebody changes their mind on an action figure. Somebody wants to instantly turn it around after a couple of weeks. And for whatever reason, they don't want to return it, or they're not returning it, and they want to go ahead and turn it over in a month and they can get their money back from it or very close to it. Is that a good thing? I say yes. I say that that's a really good thing. Because even in the past, you had to wait for some of these figures to mature. Go way back to the Dark Side Anakin. How long did that sit in stock? Go back to the Emperor and the Emperor on the Throne. How long did that sit in stock? And some people were concerned, hey, they may not be worth anything. Should I buy them? This or that. There's so many of them. Well, I think we all know what the Dark Side Anakin goes for right now. You can go right to 6scalecantina.com and go to the market value chart and see how high that Dark Side Anakin is. You can go to 6scalecantina.com and go to the market value chart and see how high that Emperor, who is currently rising right now, both the regular and the deluxe version with the throne, how high that figure is right now. Because people ask me, and I mention this all the time, oh, these figures are, I'm seeing in stock still here or in stock still there. Should I buy it? Is it, if you want the figure and you got the money for the figure and you could get a good deal right now, or some of these deals that come out, absolutely. Because you don't know if they will be grails in the future. Is the Emperor on the Throne a grail? Yes. Is Darkside Anakin a grail? Yes. Are some of these other figures, like the Mark 85, battle damaged, going to be a grail? It could be. Why couldn't it be? Same argument, well, the Emperor was never going to be. Well, it is now. Remember, these figures, right now, it is not a great economy for a lot of people. And it's very hard to juggle everything right now. And it's not an economy conducive for droves of collectors to dive into hobbies that require $200, $300, $400, $500 a pop for one collectible. Does that mean it's going to stay that way forever? No. Does that mean eventually the floodgates will open? Sure. And like the Emperor and the aforementioned Dark Side Anakin, some of those figures are going to be rare. Scoop them up now if you've got the money and you really want them. There may never be a better time. There may never be a better time than right now to scoop those up. Pause for coffee. You're watching the Market Chart Show. Delicious. There may not be a better time. But when you want to talk about some figures that could in fact be super grails, or on their road to grail status well before that in the past they would become grails, is it possible that you're looking at one right here? And I say yes. My firm belief is they're going to absolutely do great with this head sculpt. This may be one of the best head sculpts of all time with the final production photos. I know some collectors are like, it's kind of weak or this, and these are the prototypes. I don't care. It's Hot Toys. It's been a long time since Tony Stank. Just saying. Is it possible those days are over? And I say yes. And I don't think that one was as bad as people were saying anyway. But I'm telling you, this is a DX Obi-Wan Kenobi. DX Obi-Wan Kenobi. And when you look at figures like the Green Goblin or Doc Ock, do I think these are going to be bottom feeders? Heck no. Heck no. I mean, all respect to Arena Suit Boba Fett. If this was just as rare, I would... And I'm a Star Wars fan. I'd rather have this. Cad Bane. Well, the collector edition's gone. The cheaper one, $270. $290 on this one. Keep an eye on it because I think that this is going to be following suit in short order. In short order. And what about this Boba Fett for the Book of Boba Fett? Well, it's not a novelty piece. It's actually from a television show. A very successful television show. To the general public anyway, and ratings-wise. I think this is going to fetch more money than the Arena Suit Boba Fett. It may be more rare than the Arena Suit Boba Fett. At the end of the day, we don't know. We don't know. And when you talk about the popularity of some of these figures, and talking about the Green Goblin and how well No Way Home did, and how great No Way Home was and is, and how great I feel the new Guardians of the Galaxy is. And you look at some of these characters that are coming from those movies or these television shows. Let's look at some figures that are in stock. Okay? Or, there are some figures that are in stock that are going for more in the secondary market than they do in stock. And I'll pull some of those up for you onto the screen. And here you go. So here's one right here. Ended on May 11th. Pull this up on the screen. Outstanding seller, 1,000. 49 feedback, $401 with 36 bids. Not including the $9.43 in shipping, not including taxes for a TMS 052. Mandalorian and Grogu. And I can't wait to open mine. I cannot wait to open this figure. I actually got mine from Ray at Hawk Wars Toys. This figure anyway, and I've got to do a crazy unboxing for it. I cannot wait to do it. But how popular is the Mandalorian? I pulled up so many Bo-Katan auctions right now. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. And why are these figures, like the Mandalorian, doing so well? I thought I heard from a small band anyway of collectors that this season wasn't good. And you didn't see me comment a whole lot on it because I really was just going by data on what I see here, on how popular something is. It seems like Bo-Katan is more popular than ever. Mando is more popular than ever. Grogu is more popular than ever. Gosh, I could pull up one after the other, after the other, after the other of these now. I don't know if some of you knew, but a few weeks ago, the life-size Grogu waitlisted. How's it going? It's selling like crazy in the 400s. And you're going to be getting another Grogu with a Pram life-size figure coming out soon. He's selling very, very, very well. Why is that? And I don't know, maybe because of this. Maybe because the season finale of The Mandalorian Season 3 outdid the season finale of The Mandalorian Season 2 by 24%. I say that's a win. If I'm a director, I'm a producer, I'm Disney, I say that that's a win. Is it possible that Season 4 is going to outdo that one? I say yes. Pause for coffee. How good did No Way Home do? How good is the Guardians of the Galaxy doing? Those figures, Rocket Raccoon. Okay? Are some of these figures, just like many of the figures that have come out before from Hot Toys, are some of them going to be Grails? Of course. How many Grails do we already have in the secondary market? And you're going to see the same thing coming out with these figures. Not only the ones that are going on waitlist right now while still on pre-order, but the ones that are in stock. The ones that are still available at many retail places. I believe all of them have the potential. Right now, some of these that are going on waitlist while they're on pre-order have the potential to go quicker to that Grail status, like the arena suit Boba Fett, and like we're seeing signs of with some of these figures right here, right now. But just like the aforementioned Attack of the Clones Yoda, we don't know if some of these figures, because of this volatile economy, because it's post-COVID, and because things are changing, we don't know if some of these figures will get reissued like that. We also don't know if it won't happen. Maybe it won't happen at all. We honestly don't even know if some of these figures that are on waitlist will stay on waitlist. Maybe it's just for this time. And then after these come out, there's going to be other batches available, and it'll be off waitlist. Maybe it's like that. The thing is, we don't know. But the one thing that I do know, for sure, is that I am going to continue spilling my coffee over all these 6-scale figures, which leads me to this banner for tomorrow night. What you gonna do when the Dark Jedi goes 6-scale raw on you? What you gonna do? Well, let's spill it. And while we're going ahead and spilling it all over the cantina floor, let's also waterproof that floor and waterproof our wallets. While we're at it, do you see some of the heat that is coming out? Whether it's figures we're waiting for, like the Luke Skywalker DX22 and 23, or the InArt Joker, some of us still getting those figures coming in, or whether it is the aforementioned Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire Spider-Man figures. Look at those head sculpts of both of those actors. How about Fennec Shand? How about Casca Reeves? How about that Electro? Are you kidding me? What about Anne Hathaway? What about that DX 28 Hayden Christensen? Half a head sculpt anyway, but it is so darn hot. This may be some of the best batches of head sculpts and Hot Toys and 6-scale figures we have ever seen to date. The innovation, the artistry, it is just at another level. And yes, you got Luke in there. You see him behind Fennec there. That DX25 Luke. We're going to talk about tomorrow what figures we're most looking forward to, which ones we're going to get, how we're prioritizing. Are we getting all of them? Are we getting some of them? If we are getting some of them, how do we prioritize them? Let's go ahead and spill that coffee tomorrow, 8:15 p.m. Eastern. Gonna have a full paddle in the house. You absolutely don't want to miss this episode. So go ahead, click that bell notification. Absolutely. Also, right here, 6-scale Cantina, while we're here, what is going on in the biggest mover section, which shows the biggest trends up or down from the Star Wars market value chart. Let's go take a look right now when it comes to Star Wars Hot Toys, and you can see the whole website is updated. And look at the DX2223 Luke. Look at that Ahsoka Tano. Look at that R2-D2. All trending up. And they just came out. Rey continues to be a high riser right now because of the reemergence of Daisy Ridley in the Star Wars universe. Han Solo, regular Stormtrooper, forget about it. There's the Clone Trooper. There's the Clone Pilot. Gosh, look at some of these figures up in here. You could go take a look at that. You could get all of these value trends within the market value chart right here at 6scalecantina.com. Don't forget to bookmark this. Are you going to be getting a market value chart for your top 10 or 15 Marvel figures? I say yes. Are you going to be getting the market value chart for all the Hot Toys DXs ever released? Yes. Are you going to be getting a market value chart for all the DC figures? Yes. All this stuff is coming. Stay tuned here. The Dark Jedi is putting it together for you. That's why you've been seeing me cover all of these figures for sure. And taking a look here with this show, how are some of the figures doing in the secondary market? On the rise right now and going to be placed on the biggest mover section. BB-8 and the BB-9E 2-pack rising up within the secondary market. You can see here $203 US, not including the $14.70 in shipping. A used 2-pack nonetheless. Great seller, 1,492 feedback. All 100% positive. Some sequel figures on the move. On the move. You have to wonder why. You have to wonder why right now. Let's continue to go to some other ones right here. How about BB-8 by himself? And he's trending up. And you'll see that both of the auctions I just showed you here, including this one, if you go to the market value chart at 6scalecantina.com, you'll see a little arrow on those in the market chart. And you can see R2 by himself, new, $152.50 with 28 bids. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And continuing to go with some more of these figures over here. As I pull them up on the screen, what about Han Stormtrooper? And you can see right here, outstanding seller, 2,315 feedback. All 100% positive, $690. Not including the tenant shipping, so let's say $700. Not including taxes. You do the math, baby. Wow. Han Stormtrooper. Grails, Grails, Grails. And how about Rey and Dio? Rey and Dio just continue to be hot. See right here, just sold. Hawk Wars toys, $395. No best offer. Just sold. Gone. I think he has a couple more of these. You'll be able to go check them out. They got couple of these up. Not a whole lot of them in the secondary market. Saturated. Just saying. Make sure you check out the biggest mover section here at 6scalecantina.com, as I've just showed you on the screen. You could also check out the market value chart. And as I go to it, you just go to the third tab here, and I'm going to click on it. And when you do, you actually get to the market value chart. And like I said, Marvel's coming, DC's coming, the DX series coming, everything's coming here. With the Star Wars run right here, all you got to do is click on that current value column a couple times, those arrows, click on it twice, and you'll get the highest ranking figures to the lowest ranking figures. And you'll get not only the figures you're seeing in the biggest mover section, but all the figures, whether they're trending up or down. They'll have an arrow going up or an arrow going down right here. You'll definitely want to check it out. Real handy dandy tool. And if you go to 6scalecantina.com, if you liked what you watched here today and want to become a Cantina Insider, all you have to do, besides believe, is just go right here and you can check out all the things highlighted in yellow. A sampling of some of the shows you could get as a Cantina Insider. This Sellers Beware one is the latest episode for insiders. We had a Buyers Beware, how not to get screwed on eBay as a buyer, how not to get screwed on eBay as a seller, and capping this off with the third in the series, how to be successful on eBay, not only as a buyer, but as a seller. That's going to be coming out for insiders this week. You that are insiders, look for that for sure. You're going to get a couple of other insider shows this week. You're going to get some crazy FRACK unboxings. Right now, this is a sneak peek, but you get the whole video. This Superman right here, MMS 152, Christopher Reeve. If you want to see what some of these crazy FRACK unboxings are like, well, I don't know if they're any good. I don't know if I want to join. Look, joining my channel is cheaper than a dozen eggs. In most places anyway. Number one, it's all in one tier. But if you go out here, you could click right out of this video, you could watch it, and you're going to see a little bit of a sampling, and you'll get to see what my crazy FRACK unboxing will be like for this DX19 right here, baby. Christian Bale. Follow me on social media. Links are in the video description below. I don't always spill coffee out, but when I do, baby, I spill it right here at 6 Scale Cantina. See you tomorrow night, 8:15 p.m. Eastern. Stay thirsty, my friends.
Grail.